Hey guys, welcome back to Team Death Slinger. My name is Peter, and today we are starting our BT16 deck profiles, and we are starting with TyrantKabuterimon. So let's get right into the eggs. We are starting with 4 copies of BT15 Motimon. End of your turn, if this Digimon has the Insectoid trait, it may attack an opponent's Digimon. This is just a fantastic card for getting our attacks in on our opponent's suspended Digimon. The idea of the deck is that we have really big bodies that swing, so this is a perfect egg to let us get over our opponent's threats. Then we're going to go 4 copies of BT15 Tentomon. Start of your main by suspending 1 Digimon. One of your Digimon with the Insectoid trait gets 3000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn. Suspending our own Digimon is just great. Getting a DP buff is great. And then all turns when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, gain a memory. So we're looking to basically swing over something after getting big. And that's fantastic. It's going to gain us memory and extend our plays. Then we're going to go 4 copies of the new BT16 KoKabuterimon. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the Insectoid trait among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. On all turns, when this Digimon is suspended, it gains 1000 DP. So it's got the same DP boosting inheritable we saw in some of the Terriermon and Lotmon starter deck cards. But on play, this is going to search top 4 and grab us an Insectoid, which is really, really powerful. Then we're going to go 4 copies of the new BT16 Ukkomon. This card is absolutely broken. It is going in most of the decks I've been cooking for BT16. It costs 1 to Digivolve on any color, but the payoff is that your turn, when one of your Digimon moves from the breeding area to the battle area, you reveal top 3 of your deck, add a Digimon or Tamer among them to the hand, return the rest to the bottom of the deck, and then you may hatch in your breeding area. This is just gas for the deck. It helps you find your pieces, helps you find your Tamers. And I really don't think there's a lot of downside for this card. If you prefer, you could run the other Ukkomon, but I just think the search power from this card keeps your hand full and keeps you grabbing the pieces that you need to do stuff in this deck. Then we're going to go 4 copies of BT15 Kabuterimon. All turns while this Digimon is suspended. It isn't affected by the effects of your opponent's Digimon. That's a really powerful tool in case we get any early swings over any suspended level 3s or 4s. And then all turns when you delete an opponent's Digimon in battle, gain a memory. So same theme as the Tentomon, we're killing things in battle and gaining memory to extend our plays. Then we're going to go 4 copies of BT16 BladeKuwagamon. On play and when digivolving, one of your Digimon gets 3000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn, so we're going to make our bodies big. And then while this Digimon is suspended, we get 1k DP, so this is really just a stat stick. I mean, it's just going to boost up our other bodies and make sure that we can't be swung over or that we can swing over our opponent's stuff. 2 copies of the BT3 Stingmon 1 to Evo, which I really like. Same principle as the HerculesKabuterimon deck. This is going to gain us a memory. It works really nicely with the Motimon egg. If you prefer, you can place the promo Kuwagamon in this slot that gives 2k DP and suspend something down. That is totally fine. I just don't have it here because it is expensive. Next, 3 copies of BT15 MegaKabuterimon ACE. On play, when digivolving, one of your Digimon gets 3000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn. Then if one of their Digimon is attacking, you switch the target to this Digimon. While this Digimon is suspended, it isn't affected by the effects of your opponent's Digimon. So this, with our BladeKuwagamon and our KoKabuterimon underneath, can actually hit 12k on the opponent's turn, which is really, really strong. And that can catch a lot of people off guard and cause them to just crash into this and die. And then this is pretty safe to stay suspended on the board because it's not affected by the effects of your opponent's Digimon. So I think this is appropriate at 3 in this deck. Then we go 4 copies of the new MetallifeKuwagamon in BT16. We have on play and when digivolving, you can suspend 1 Digimon. Then one of your Digimon gets 3000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn. The inheritable is what makes this card really, really strong. On the opponent's turn, when one of your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may switch the attack target to one of your suspended Digimon with the Insectoid traits. So this is effectively an Izzy without having Izzy on the board. So we do want to see this underneath our TyrantKabuterimon so that we can bring the attack into our TyrantKabuterimon, which should ideally be boosted and really difficult to get over. So that is what that card is for, and just fantastic at its job. Then I like 4 copies of HerculesKabuterimon. I like to have this underneath the Tyrant start of main, and when digivolving, you suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. One of your Digimon gains piercing for the turn, and then all turns while this Digimon is suspended, it isn't affected by the effects of your opponent's Digimon, so you get to suspend something down, swing at the Motimon, get some memory back with the Stingmon, or the Tentomon or the Kabuterimon, and then you can ideally go into the Tyrant on top of this after. Then we have 3 copies of TyrantKabuterimon. This digivolves for 6 on a level 5, or 2 on a level 6 Insectoid with a play cost of 13 or less. So when digivolving, you play a Digimon with Insectoid or Larva from your hand with a play cost reduced by 8. All turns, when this Digimon is suspended, it is not affected by the effects of your opponent's Digimon, and end of turn, once per turn, by suspending one of your other Digimon, return one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to the DP of the Digimon suspended by this effect to the bottom of the deck. So this is a really powerful card. It's going to sit on the board unaffected, it's going to play you a body, and then it's going to bottom deck something that your opponent controls. And then with the Izzy or the MetallifeKuwagamon, you're going to bring attacks back into this and stop your opponent from hitting your security, which is really powerful. Now with that in mind, that we can play something out basically for free and then suspend it in order to switch an attack and bottom deck something. We're gonna run 2 copies of Shivamon. So we're effectively gonna play this out for 4 off the TyrantKabuterimon, and then opponent's turn, while all of your Digimon are suspended, your opponent can't use option cards. When this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your unsuspend phase, trash the top card of your opponent's security. What we're setting up here is that we're gonna go into TyrantKabuterimon. We're going to pay 4, we're going to play the Shivamon. We're going to suspend the Shivamon in order to bottom deck something with TyrantKabuterimon, which is already really good. It's going to bottom deck something that's 12k or less, so any generic non-boosted level 6 is probably going to get bottom decked by this. And then your opponent can't use option cards. So TyrantKabuterimon is not affected by Digimon's effects. Now they can't use options, and we're trying to redirect attacks into TyrantKabuterimon. We have effectively locked them out of the game unless they have a way to swing over TyrantKabuterimon, which is super, super, super strong. Honestly, you could probably go up to 4 on this if you don't want the GranKuwagamon ACE, but it's just really strong, so that is why it is here. 2 copies of GranKuwagamon ACE. On play and when digivolving, suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. Cards suspended by this effect can't unsuspend during your opponent's next unsuspend phase. Then delete one of your opponent's suspended Tamers. So some Tamer hate is great. And then your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon becomes suspended, one of your Digimon gains security attack +1 for the turn. So this is a great aggression tool for TyrantKabuterimon. You can play it out for free off of the Tyrant, suspend it with the Tyrant effect to bottom deck something 12k or less, and then you get 2 checks with the Tyrant, so that's just a great option. And suspending something down and deleting a Tamer is also a really good tool to have in your pocket. So I do like it at 2, but like I said, the Shivamon is totally viable at 4 in this deck. Then 4 copies of Agility Training, part of our search package in this deck. Main reveal top 2, add a green card, the rest go bottom, and then delay Digivolve for reduced cost of 2. So fantastic card, love it at 4. 2 copies of Taiga, your turn, all of your Digimon gain 1k DP. That is important for swinging over some bodies. And then when you would Digivolve into a level 5 or higher, suspend this Tamer to reduce the cost by 1, sorry. We run it at 2 just because I think it's good to have more gas in the deck, Digivolve for cheaper, get off the stack. And then be boosted to swing over bodies. So I like having him here. I wish I could run him at 3, but the deck space is a little bit tight. Then we are going to go 4 copies of Izzy. I said it in the HerculesKabuterimon Deck Profile. I'll say it again. You could run this at 3. I think this is just really important for the deck to function. I know we have 4 MetallifeKuwagamons now, but still, I always want to see this or the Kuwagamon. Start of your turn, it's a memory setter, but then you get to redirect an attack with this by suspending it. So if we have 4, if the opponent swings into it, fantastic. Insecurity, we get the free Tamer. If they don't, we'll always see it, we can play it, and it just sets us up for that lockout with TyrantKabuterimon and Shivamon. So that is my BT16 TyrantKabuterimon deck profile. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.